Dear students, in last video number 28, we have seen and studied Zinner diode regulator, power supply and some other regulators. Today we will go through the topic regulators, part 2. I am here, Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Department, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Dear students, what we have seen in last video, speedily we will go through it, and then I will tell you about the transistor regulator and IC regulators. So what was in last video, we have studied regulators. This power supply block diagram we have studied, and this regulator part which we are going to study is this one. Specifications of the regulator we have studied. Line regulation, then load regulation that we have seen, then the voltage regulation and ripple rejection and source resistance of the regulator. These specifications of the regulator we have seen, parameters, and this is Zinner diode regulator which we have also seen how this regulates and gets the output. This about the Zinner diode, we have studied these three formulas. The source resistance RS, minimum value of load resistance and maximum value of load resistance, then minimum value of input voltage, maximum value of input voltage, and IR maximum, current through the resistance. And this is the ripple, output ripple of the Zinner that we have seen. Then now, this is the transistor series regulator. There are two types of regulator which are also used in the ICs. One is the transistor series regulator and another is the shunt regulator. Why it is called as series regulator and shunt regulator? Because here you can see in the circuit diagram, this transistor is in series with the input and output. Therefore, it is this transistor particularly called as a series pass transistor, and therefore this is called as transistor series regulator. Here unregulated input is given, unregulated DC input, and collector to base is connected with this resistance R, and reference voltage is given to the base, that is Vz, for biasing the particular transistor, and the output is taken across RL through this ammeter. Output is taken from the ammeter. So this transistor will work like a ammeter follower, and this is biased with particularly Vz. So as the voltage unregulated input changes, there will be no change in the output voltage, that will be nearly equal to Vz plus VBE. And if there is a change in load current and this is fixed, again the output will be same. So this will work like a series regulator. So this is the connection of the series regulator, where transistor is in series with the input and output voltage. The simple Zinner regulator can be markedly improved by adding a transistor. This is simple Zinner regulator with a addition of this transistor is in series. Therefore, this is a transistor series regulator. The base to emitter voltage is Vz minus VL load voltage. Any tendency for VL to decrease or increase will be neglected by an increase or decrease in IE. The DC currents for the circuits are, this is the output current shown here, IL is equal to VL by RL and VL is equal to Vz minus VB upon this RL. And this current through this resistor is IR. This is Vi minus this Vz upon R is the current through this. So this can be, you can see here, in terms of this H parameter, IL is given by HFE into IB, and the current through this Zener diode IZT is equal to IR minus IB. This is the IR here and this is IB here, that is base current. So IR minus IB. So this is about the transistor series regulator. Now this gives the transistor shunt regulator, where this transistor is in shunt with the input and output. You can see here, this transistor is in shunt and this is the reference voltage Vz, which is used for the biasing also. Again, this is a Zener regulator with a transistor is in shunt, and therefore it is called as transistor shunt regulator. This is source resistance, unregulated input voltage, and here you will get the output voltage regulated. Again here, since VBE is equal to VL minus Vz, this is the VL here and this is Vz. So this VBE from this to this is VL minus Vz. Any tendency for VL to increase or decrease will result in a corresponding increase in decrease in current through this RS, that is IRS. This will oppose any changes in load voltage, because VL is equal to Vi minus IRS into RS. IRS is the current flowing through this RS. Again you will get the constant output here irrespective of the change in unregulated input or irrespective in change in the load current. This is the transistor shunt regulator. Again here load current is IL is equal to VL by RL and VL is equal to Vz plus VBE upon RL. This Vz plus this VBE upon RL is the value of IL, and current through this resistance RS is equal to Vi minus the summation of these two voltages, that is Vz plus this VBE upon this RS, and IE is equal to emitter current is equal to this IRS minus this IL. This IRS here and IL here, so you will get the IE here. This is equal to HFE into IZT, current through this transistor shunt regulator. So these are the two basic regulators of the transistors: transistor series regulator and transistor shunt regulator. Then design of this series and shunt regulator is also important, but as far as design concept is concerned, no need to study for you. It is basic things given to you. Question may be asked like this: explain the transistor series regulator with a neat diagram, or how the output regulates, how the output get regulated output using the transistor in series, how the output regulated output you will get in regulator with a transistor in shunt. So this is you have to explain. Then we will go for the op-amp voltage regulator. You can see here, that is operational amplifier is a linear integrated circuit by which we can also prepare the regulators. Again here, this is a series pass connection. Transistor is connected in series with the input and output, and this is a transistor connected in parallel, that is in shunt with the input and output. So this is the regulator with the op-amp. Transistor is in series, and this is the regulator with the op-amp when transistor is in shunt. So this operational amplifier used as an error amplifier. This Zener diode used as a reference voltage, and this transistor used as an controller, series controller. While here, this is the reference voltage Zener diode, operational amplifier as a comparator, that is error amplifier, error detector, and this is control element, shunt control element, transistor. And this R2 or R3 is the voltage divider bias feedback network. So this is feedback, this is control element, this is error amplifier or comparator, and this is reference voltage. So this is the, you can also explain in terms of the block diagram. That is, control element is a series transistor or shunt transistor. Reference element is a Zener diode. A fixed reference voltage of the Zener diode is there. Either it may be a 6.2 volt or 7.2 volt according to the Zener diode. Error amplifier or comparator, that is a operational amplifier, and R2, R3 is the feedback network. So what will happen, in short I will explain you. If there is a change in the output is there will be a change in this reference feedback voltage, that is drop across this R3, and this change in output will be applied to the inverting terminal of this error amplifier, that is op-amp, and this output voltage is compared with this reference voltage. If this error is there, this error will be produced by the operational amplifier, and this error will control the base current, and accordingly it will control the output voltage. If output voltage increases, the feedback is also increases. As this feedback increases, there will be a change in again reference voltage and feedback voltage, that is difference voltage here, and current either it will increase or decrease depending upon the output voltage. And then finally, if the error voltage becomes 0, the output will be constant. Similarly for this case also. So this is the transistor series regulator with the op-amp, and this is the transistor shunt regulator with the op-amp as an error amplifier. So these are the two important regulators. The output is given by 1 plus R2 by R3 into Vz, reference voltage. More flexibility possible in design of voltage output than IC voltage regulator packages. The essential circuit elements are a Zener reference, a pass or shunt transistor, a sensing circuit, and an error amplifier circuit. Sensing circuit means feedback circuit. Equation indicates that output V0 depends upon R2 and R3 and Vz. The shunt configuration is less efficient, but R2 offers short circuit current limiting. These are the notes on this voltage regulator. This is constant current limiting circuit used with the regulator. Can be used for short circuit or overload protection of the series regulator. This is the series regulator. You can see this series pass transistor connected here, control element. This is the error amplifier or comparator. This is the reference voltage VZ, and this is the feedback circuit. Along with this, one more transistor Q2 is connected. You can observe this diagram. This is called as constant current limiting circuit or constant current limiting transistor. So what will happen? This Q2 will limit the current flowing through this R4 and this load here. So this current will be protected due to this overload. So this is a constant current limiting circuit. Output current is limited to IL max is equal to the voltage across this is 0.7 volt base to emitter voltage upon this R4. So output current is limited to IL max is equal to 0.7 upon R4. 0.7 is the base to emitter voltage of transistor Q2, and R4 is the resistance connected between this base to emitter of transistor Q2. So this is short circuit current limiting protection. Another protection circuit is the fold back current limiting. Is a better method of short circuit protection, that is fold back current limiting. Why it is called as fold back? Because this transistor is connected in the another sequence where the collector is fold back to the operational amplifier output and base. Here you can see same circuit is there. This is a series pass element. This is error amplifier. This is Zener diode as a reference. This is voltage divider here. This is also voltage divider. But output of emitter is connected to the output and collector output is connected to the operational amplifier. This is a method of short circuit protection. This is called as fold back protection. So these protections are used in the regulator to avoid any short circuit or over voltage. Here VBE2, this voltage base to emitter voltage is equal to VB2 minus V0. This VB2 minus V0 is nothing but VBE2. And this is equal to R6 upon R5 plus R6. R6 upon R5, this drop across this R6, that is R6 upon R5 plus R6 into V0 plus IL into R4. Load current is this one here. IL into R4 minus this V0. So this is the base to emitter voltage in this fold back circuit protection. So this circuit is important here. Design equations for this fold back is not very important now as you don't have the design, but just it is for your reference. Maximum load current without fold back limiting is given here. IL max is equal to R5 into V0 plus 0.7 into R3 plus R6, R5 plus R6 upon R4 into R6. Output voltage under current limiting condition is also given here. V0 dash after this current limiting. You can go through this equation. The short circuit current, that is when V0 is equal to 0, is also given here. These three equations are important in fold back circuit, fold back current limiting in regulator. We have already seen these transistors current regulators are designed to maintain a fixed current through a load for variations in either VI or RL. This is, we have seen transistors regulator, series regulator with this Zener diode. For the BJT circuit, VEB or VB, you can say VZ minus this VRE. Any tendency for IL to change will cause an opposing change in VEB, thus multiplying the perturbation. This is FET circuit per regulator. So I think we will stop here for today. This will finish the particular transistor regulators, Zener diode regulators, power supply diagram, and basics all of the regulators. Dear students, in next video we will go through the IC voltage regulation. Here we have seen about the op-amp, but special regulators are used as a general purpose regulator, and 3-pin regulators are also used. So as far as your syllabus is concerned, you must have the idea about the IC regulator, general purpose regulator, that is IC LM723C is the very important IC regulator by which we can develop the low voltage regulator as well as the high voltage regulator. And then 3-pin type regulators like 78XX series, positive voltage regulator, and 79XX series, that is negative voltage regulator. So tomorrow we will go for the IC regulators. Three-pin regulators, and especially this 723 regulator. So thank you very much for listening this video, and hope you will go through the books. Till now, if you have any questions, you can ask me on any platform at any time, and you can communicate through your classroom also. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.